Hello everybody, we are at the Black Swan State Theatre Company and we are looking into a play titled The Event, which was inspired by the massacre which took place in Norway in 2011. We have got esteemed actresses and actors, and we've got some fantastic and wonderful choir members. It's going to be a blast and I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy it.
We had our first season at the beginning of 2016 in the Sydney Festival, and we performed in a town hall in a western suburb of Sydney. So that's where it felt really in its place, because that's kind of where the play is set. And then we performed in the Adelaide Festival, then in Sydney again, Belfast Street Theatre, and in Melbourne at the Malt House. And this is all in 2016. And now it's coming here to Perth. And after this, it'll do a regional tour of New South Wales and Victoria, go to towns like Geelong and Wollongong and Tamworth and Lismore. And that's what the play is designed to be. When the writers, who are from the UK, designed it, they had in mind that it would tour and go to any town in England, all of which have their own village choirs, and they'd meet up with them and have a short window of time to put it together. And so for us, now we must be at least 60 in 4-5 different states. But for all of us, that's what keeps it fresh. It's never the same 2 nights in a row.
It's about a woman who was running this choir as part of her church, and the choir were victims of a terrible mass shooting. And it's about her journey to understand who the perpetrator was, and her journey to try and really get rid of the hate in her heart about him, and in an attempt to understand him, for her to come to some sort of peace about what happened.
So something interesting happened during one of your performances. You can share with us about one of the victims of the incident in Norway?
Yes, who came and saw the show. I mean, this piece was created in a way with a Norwegian theatre company. When it was first performed, they performed it in front of the parents and close relatives of the victims of the Utøya. From that, we understood that it is actually a process of healing that this play can be part of.
What attracted you to this piece?
You know, the theatrical form of it I thought was really dynamic. The fact that a new choir every night comes on stage, and that they are a community choir, so they're not performers or actors. They are people who love singing together as a group, and how as a community we can bond together to sort of dispel the fear and anxiety about this phenomenon that's happening.
Kath and I work together a bit now, and she's an amazing actor to work with. Claire and I, the director, have worked together on multiple things, and fantastic. Yeah, we've kind of had a bit of a rotating crew around it since the beginning, because there's been multiple lives of this show. It's great, you know, and then you come in and there's a choir, and you meet the choir an hour before you do the show, and have a cup of tea and a chat, and then you just jump in. So it's kind of, it's rare to do a show like that there's these moments of interjected performance that you haven't really rehearsed with. So it keeps it fresh.
So have you got any expectation for the event?
There's an honesty and a rawness to this show that's kind of refreshing, I think. Having a community choir on stage, you know, 40 people behind actors, like you don't see that. There's something that, I don't know, it taps into something in us that kind of wants to belong, I think.
The Events is a play that was written by David Gregg, and he's a writer from Scotland. He was asked to write a play about the 2011 shootings on Atoya Island, the massacre that happened there. And what he ended up creating was this beautiful work that involves community choirs, and it's about how a community heals after a tragedy. It's very much about being a good human being. It's about our civic engagement. It's about how kind we are to one another. It's about how we respond as a community to those people who are disenfranchised, and how we can bring them in and care for them.
So we're really excited to be involved with the Black Swan Theatre Company, and the choir's really enjoying good music, and I think the idea of the choir being part of the performance is really unique.
We kind of see it as pretty integral to being a part of the art scene overall in Perth. We see choirs as integral to the fabric of the arts, and, you know, our responsibility is to tell stories from the margins that other people can't tell, and the Events is a great way to be able to achieve that.
And thanks for watching Undercurrent. I am Tony ETC.